Hi, this is Terry. Welcome back to my channel. I've struggled with my body image and my appearance for a really long time. I think it started maybe when I was 12 when I started being attractive to men. And when I say men, I mean men and not boys. Or maybe it was when I was 14 and dating a 17-year-old and he told me that I was fat when I was 5'5" and 105 pounds and an athlete. Far from fat. But I learned very early on that my value was very much tied to my appearance. And I really bought into this because I realized pretty early on that I could use my appearance to get what I want from mostly men. I was able to get attention, manipulate them to essentially get what I want, thinking it was my appearance that was making it happen. It worked until it didn't. But upon reflection, I'm not sure that I was the one who was manipulating. I think I was being manipulated. I turned 43 and started going through perimenopause, which I only learned about later and had absolutely no idea what was going on. I started putting on weight and I started aging just as we all do when we are in our 40s. I also started getting overlooked. In fact, I wasn't just overlooked. I was looked past, looked through. I became somewhat invisible, and I no longer knew how to operate in the world in which I could no longer use the way that I looked to get what it was that I wanted. 10 years later, I've realized that I was playing a game that not only didn't serve me, but generally doesn't serve women. In the US, women are not allowed to age. Men get hotter as they get older and are seen as silver foxes, when in fact there really is no equivalent for women. There's the sliding into old hag, there's everything that's not hot and not deemed to be attractive. And frankly, I think this is bullshit. Unfortunately, I don't know how to disconnect my value from my appearance in a society that over-indexes the value of appearance, especially when it comes to women. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of missing out. I have opted out of parties and events because I haven't liked the way that I've looked, or I've been afraid that people would judge me about my weight. I have not wanted to be in pictures. Fortunately, I've forced some pictures over the years, but I can tell you I'm not in as many family pictures. I will take pictures of other people, but largely because I've been uncomfortable with the way that I've looked now that I'm no longer 5'5" and 105 pounds, or anywhere close to that. Not one to sit idly by, I've decided to take on a research project to work through my own issues and help other women along the way. Beginning next month, I plan to start interviewing hundreds of diverse women from around the world to get a sense of where they are, how they see themselves in the world, how they think they're perceived in the world, and how it influences how they feel about themselves. I'm still working on all the questions that I want to ask during these 15 to 20 minute recorded interviews that will not be shared with anybody but for my reference only. But if you're interested in participating or know other women between the ages of 40 and 65 who might be, I'll go ahead and put a link in the show description for the Google form so that I can just gather the information and start to schedule the interviews in early October. Alternatively, go ahead and send me an email at pilotingyourlife@gmail.com, and I'll go ahead and send the Google form link so I can gather the basic information. I know I'm not alone in how I feel about myself. I know there are other women out there, maybe it's you, and I don't want you to continue to feel bad about yourself. I want us to all feel great and not be feeling like we're looking good and having a good day and then get that glance in the mirror or in that shop window and suddenly have our day slightly ruined because it is not what we want it to be. And that's not how we should be living our life. Our value should never be wholly attached to our appearance, ever. So if this resonates with you at all, I am sorry. I am sorry that you've been held to unrealistic and unreasonable standards in a society that here in the US historically has not valued women for all that we bring to the table. And I think together we can make a difference and we can move the needle and make it a little bit better for all of us, if not a lot better. And with that, if you are new to the channel, welcome. And if you have been watching for a while, thank you so much for your continued support. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, please go ahead and do that. I do take a look at the metrics, and it's nice to know that there are people who are interested in what I put out there on a now mostly regular basis. I am trying to make a commitment to do this. What has held me back, frankly, has been my appearance, and I really just don't want that to be the thing that keeps me from trying to say the things that we don't always say, remove some stigmas, and make us feel a little less isolated and alone in the world, which I think we are all feeling a little bit lonely after COVID, and it would be really nice to feel a little bit more connected and a little bit more loved and appreciated. So with that, let go of perfection, take some risks, and above all else, have some fun.